Welcome to Season 1 of Gaming with Scott presents Stargate SG10, a Southgate Media production. Join us each week as our Stargate SG team follows a path of adventure and attempts to save the world and each other from the dangers of the universe. Starring Joshua Jackson, Kat Moran, Scott Troiano, and Cindy Bergen, with Scott Somerville running the table as Game Master. Epic adventures await just beyond this music. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gaming with Scott. I was just about to spring it on Kat. Meow. What? Josh?
What up?
Cindy?
Hello.
I am Scott, and I'm going to toss it over to the other. Scott, take it away.
They're going into the desert now.
Are they walking away from the people in the desert without a map?
No.
Oh,
They are
just red.
I know what we're doing with the next 40 years.
Nice. Oh,
The
I got
the
that.
horse
I
with
got
no
that. There
name.
you go. Right on.
Well,
that was
view of our map.
That was for our Jewish listeners. Yay! Right? That was for our Jewish listeners, right? Mm. And they had a can of tuna fish. Well, I mean, with oil, right? And that oil lasted
40 years? What are we talking about?
Okay, go ahead. All right, back to this episode. Go ahead. Sorry.
So what's this face I'm supposed to make all the time?
Oh, you mean the Scott Somerville dour you're about to die face? Well, not the you're about to die face. The I'm going to torment you like a cat with a mouse face. And she starts laughing, and now I know I'm right on target. That we're about to kill you. So the priest asks if you want a Diet Coke, and you're like, you don't even know if they know what Diet Coke is. Roll 2, they kill you. There it is.
All right, just checking.
Honestly, I kind of feel like that every time I roll a 2. I'm going to say something's going to get me killed. Okay.
It's all good. They're not going to kill you. You're the goddess.
Could have gotten you married.
Well, no, she's not, and they know it.
How did that happen?
Anesh is saying that. The rest don't know.
Well,
I hope.
So what you need to do to rectify this, put Anesh to death, and then
These
it'll
people
all
are
clear
not
themselves
stupid.
up. I know.
One of the things that you might want to do if they ask you more about, what do you want from us? Mm-hmm. Trade, material goods, the stuff from the mine, an exchange of goods. Just a couple suggestions.
Bling. Just saying.
Because they're just rolling in it.
No, but if they break their backs to give you the bling, then they see what they do for their gods. It's wonderful.
Something else is
Give me a perception roll. I mean, just...
me.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Cindy.
And give me a single barrel bourbon, maybe. Just saying. Hashtag.
Like I said, find out what their distilling technology is if they have it.
Actually, my big question would be, I want to see all of your ancient writings.
3, but if I've got +3 for intelligence, +3 for wisdom, if that makes any difference. So that would take it to a 6.
There's something bothering you.
Well, yeah.
You haven't really laid a finger on it yet, but there's something along that line. So,
Well, one of
sorry.
one of the things, I'm still talking to her, is an exchange of ideas too.
Okay.
Because these guys are not very advanced that we know of. Mm-hmm. So glass blowing would be good for them. They've got a whole lot of sand they can do shit with. Mm-hmm. I'm not...
Honestly, I had never thought of that before, and that is genius. I don't mean to be that way, but that right on, Cindy.
Thank you.
Fueling our Etsy enterprise.
All right, so do the two of you want to have a conversation while they're loading the boat?
Sure.
Please.
Okay. But that's something that we can offer them is, different technology, because they're not idiots,
No, clearly.
Yeah. And
In some cases, it might be easier if they were. But
they're not.
Right.
We also need to see if they have any technologies we don't have. Because there's always the chance that, they could have different medicinal plants, different ways to prepare them. Mm-hmm. they do a lot, from what I gather, of taking parts of the body out when they're laying to rest their dead. And that's something that's been lost if
Right.
they do anything like mummification. So something, if they're willing to teach us, we'd be willing to learn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
The other thing is, we might want to talk with them more about morals and tell them that not every single one of us believes
The same
the
thing.
same thing.
Right.
We're more independent in our morals and philosophies.
Which is why
Yeah.
Kasuf's line of questioning was so difficult.
Yeah, exactly. So you might want to explain to them that we're not uniform that way. And that might make things easier. Do not
Trying
let
to
them
explain that is not going to be
Yeah.
easy.
do not let them think that women are
Yeah, no.
yeah.
Yeah. Right on track with you. I
Wait,
gotcha.
for the listeners at home who just got baffled that that sentence didn't get finished, but you both sort of had a moment. Whatever were you saying?
Don't let them think that women are inferior in our culture. That's what we were saying.
Very
Yes.
good. Okay, just wanted to
We're,
make sure that
we're
I
both
was on
women.
the same
we,
page.
we can imply that and we understand each other. And I'm pretty sure the female listeners, if there are any, I hope there are,
There
would
are.
understand that as well.
we
we
have two that
occupy-
I know of already.
We occupy positions of power, and we also occupy positions of home.
Oh, you already told them that the men weren't your slaves, so
Yeah.
what do you want?
And I wanted it translated for the knuckle-dragging listeners who are
Yeah.
still on board.
Fair enough. And we just told them that these men are not our slaves.
Yes.
She wants to leave the slave angle open just a little bit, like, hey,
I like that.
you know.
I had to clarify.
Cindy, please give me a roll on a D10.
D10?
Yes.
Nine.
Okay. You can't help but notice, looking around at the marsh, you've journeyed up the river just a bit from the road leading out of Nagata. And as you follow the path up to the ship, this is not a healthy river.
Okay.
It is the only body of water on Abydos that you've seen as yet, although she has described the pumping from the well. The vegetation, such as it is, appears to be stunted. The trees are not growing well. What few of them there are.
No
they're-
any animal life forms like fish or alligators or
You don't see any major life forms.
marsh birds,
No, you don't see anything like that.
insects.
There's minor life forms.
Okay.
You're sure you may see, movements in the water that might be fish or something compatible with that. You do not see any birds. You do not see any large reptiles, although the mounts that you are riding are distinctly reptilian. But you don't see anything really associated with river life.
And nothing really healthy there either
No, nothing
on the
really
banks.
healthy.
Okay.
Plant life?
Is there any way to ask
It's
them?
very stunted.
Is there any way to ask them if the river water is polluted, or if it's, safe to drink, or if it's been poisoned, or if it's where their production spills out? Like the mine that you were talking about. Ask them if they know if the waste goes into this river, if the waste from that goes into this river.
Okay. I assume there's someone nearby that I can pose these questions to.
Yes, there's several of the priests. There's the elder women. The people from the caravan are still making busy, trying to get everything in preparation to launch the ship. But everyone else is generally available.
I've got another question
Okay.
that you might want to do first.
Okay.
Is find out who each of the gods these priests are who each of the priests here worship. Do they all worship Hathor, or
Okay.
because that might be good to know.
Okay. Being as that's unrelated to the river question, should I
I
ask
know.
that first or second? Because I'm guessing in both cases, the priests are going to have more of an idea of what's going on.
Let's be naive and ask about the river first.
Okay. Can do. So among the priests, are there any familiar faces?
A few.
Okay.
A few, and certainly several of the elder women that you introduced
Mm-hmm.
the doctor to.
Okay. I will find one of the priests that is familiar and mostly not busy and ask if I can ask him a few questions.
Yes?
Where does this river come from? Where does it begin? Why'd you go all the way over there? 19.
North.
Okay. Is anything put into the river by the people? Maybe from the mines or from the wells? Nope, not asking that. Not the one.
He doesn't understand. He's waiting patiently, though.
Ask if
Try
it's
again.
safe to drink.
Is the water safe to drink? That's a 2. That's not much better.
Are you going to pen him on it?
Yes. Is the water, pointing at the water, is it okay to drink? The drinking hand motion?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
He looks over at one of the women from the House of Healing,
Mm-hmm.
Talare, who you know,
Mm-hmm.
and he waves her over. And he's having an animated conversation with her about the water.
$17 to listen in?
He's describing the water. I mean,
Mhm.
you've definitely gotten down water and a few other basic words,
Mhm.
nouns. And you get the sense that he is discussing a sickness with Talare, since she is a healer. But the particulars of it, you're not getting the nuances.
Okay. Does it sound like he's implying the water causes the sickness?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. He was definitely averse to the idea of you drinking the water.
Okay. Relaying that to
Ask
Dr. Meadows.
Talare how long the sickness from the water has been afflicting their people.
Okay. Turning to Talare. How long has the water been making people sick? With a 14.
The water has always made people sick. That is why we get water from underground.
Makes sense. Relaying that.
Does she know why the water makes them sick? Does she know what is poisoning the water?
An interesting question.
Why does the water make people sick? That's an 18. I like this die. Thank you.
It has always made people sick. It leads to the land of the dead.
To, not from.
Right.
It is a part of the land of the dead. The lands of the dead are no place for the living.
Right. Should we leave it at that or press further? You're the medical one here, so this is your arena.
Yeah, I understand that. Ask her if there was ever a time when the water was clean and pure.
Okay.
I don't know if that's any good.
I can try. I'll probably just phrase it like that. Was the water ever clean or pure? 14.
She seems to understand that, and she explains carefully that the water has always been bad, as she said.
Mm.
The people were instructed by the false god never to journey far from the city because of the sickness. And we're told from the beginning of time how to draw water that was safe from the ground.
Okay.
And obviously relaying that again.
Do they know any medicine or cure for somebody who has fallen into the river or mistakenly drank it? Because obviously they know what it causes, some type of sickness.
Mm-hmm.
So ask her if they have any treatment for such a sickness.
Okay. Is there any medicine for the sickness caused by the water? That's a 4.
You've discussed medicine with her before, so I'm going to give that a fairly low target. And you've been pursuing the same line of conversation, so I'm going to give you that one. No.
Okay.
No medicine.
Okay. Thank her for her knowledge, please.
I have one more question.
Okay.
Do the people always die that drink the water or get sick from it? That's a 7.
I'm going to roll off against you on that one. It's 7.
Goes to the defender. She gets it.
What he said.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They're matching.
What was the
It's
exact
perfect.
question again, please?
How did I phrase it? Do the people always die who get sick from the water?
Almost always, but it comes from the cities of the dead.
Okay.
How many cities are there?
Yes. How many cities of the dead are there? 14.
We know of perhaps 6 and other places beyond the river.
What kind of other places? 11.
There is the temple that Daniel Jackson wanted to go to.
Ding.
And they tried to tell you, I am told.
I think there was a misunderstanding.
Ah,
It might have been there. That was a 5.
he has been doing a good job teaching you?
Yes. Yes.
We are glad.
Sorry, I'm writing. Do you have anything else you can think of before we ask about who the priests serve?
Is it forbidden to take a sample of the water? Because we might be able to find out what's causing the poison and might be able to find a way to clean it. You know, it could be radiation, or it
just
could be
bacteria.
chemicals. Yeah.
Yeah. Would it be permitted to take some of the water to study it? What is that? That's an 8.
You will not drink it?
No.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Thank you.
The doctor will go get a sample of the water.
Okay, what kind of... Well, I presume you have very limited time.
Okay.
Is there anything you're going to do initially?
Gloves.
All right. Very good.
Really long ladle, just bleep.
I push in one of the cabin boys
Nitrile
and then bring him
gloves.
out when he gets out.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. What is this? Okay, there it is.
She's going over her
Black
exhaustive
Talon
supply list.
Flint.
Oh, yes.
You know, the one who has a list.
Yeah. I'm with you.
also wear a pocket mask.
All right. The locals are staying out of the water if they can, but obviously they have to get into the water. You've been in the water with no ill effects so far.
Fingers
That
crossed.
you know of.
They're not drinking it, as they've said,
And basically,
but you are taking general precautions.
yes. And basically getting a sample vial of water, capping it, then using the iodine wipes to wipe off any residue from the outer bottle, and then wrapping it in gauze, and then putting it away.
All right, so you have a sterile sample.
Yes.
Please mark that down.
Okay.
By the time you've finished that, the ship is loaded, and you are helped aboard. The rowers pull, and you are drawn into the current of the river, which is sluggish, but not, desperately slow. They definitely have to work it, and you can see now why this is definitely a ship that has needed 20-odd rowers, because they pull against the current, drawing you almost directly across, fighting the downstream to arrive at a very similar pier on the other side of the river. The mountains are no closer, really, at this point, and you can still see that the vegetation on the other side of the river mirrors. It's still stunted. So what you can tell immediately is that this is not a localized phenomenon. The body of the priest is taken from the bier, loaded onto one of the pack animals very carefully, and you are helped across, again offered a seat.
Okay. Thank them.
Mm-hmm.
They ask if you have any questions now you have arrived in the land of the dead.
Should we ask about the priests and who they serve?
Yeah. This would be a good time.
Do all of the priests serve the same god? With a 6?
No.
Whom do they serve? That was a 17.
Who are you asking?
I would assume the priest that I was talking to earlier that called over Talare.
He serves Isis.
Okay. I didn't get his name, did I?
No, you did not.
What of the others?
You are treated to a list of names. He points to the various priests. Sobek, Sekhmet, Hathor, Apophis, Isis, Ptah. He points to several who he says used to worship Ra, but they don't know what they're to do. No one really knows what to do now.
Okay.
Was Bast mentioned?
Yes.
Okay.
What of Osiris or Anubis?
Yes.
Both of them?
Yes.
Okay. Totally not compiling a list for Covington.
So, clarification question. They did say that there were priests there who followed the gods that stole their children?
Yes.
So just checking.
Should we ask about that? Because, we are talking to a priest of Isis right now.
Yeah.
Isis is the one that took the children.
Maybe a better question would be, did he choose to serve Isis or...
Was he called to serve Isis?
Yeah.
Yes. Did the priests choose their gods, or were they called to serve those gods? That's a 5.
He doesn't understand.
Crap.
He's trying to.
Did he
He's asking
choose
you to
the god-
clarify.
Yeah. How about, did he choose his god or did his god choose him?
Did you choose Isis or did Isis choose you? That one's a 15.
I was trained from my youth by the one who I replaced. Many here worshipped Ra because this world was Ra's, all was Ra's. But we are aware of the other gods. I served Isis by choosing children. Before we did this, there was much destruction.
Before Isis took the children, there was much destruction? That's also a 15.
Isis comes, and Isis takes the children that we give her, that meet her demands. Before we did this, there was destruction of the city. She would still take many, many more, and those who did not meet her needs were slain before us.
And Ra let her?
Yes. She is his daughter.
None of the other gods sought to stop that?
We know of the other gods.
Some of you serve the other gods.
Yes, but they do not come. We have no reason to doubt this, but this is Ra's world.
Okay.
If the other gods do not come, why are they served? That's an 8.
He thinks about that a long time. Who do you worship?
This again. I can't get away from it.
Well, tell him we have, we have different people we worship, different gods, different philosophies in some cases. I don't know how you want to put that.
Do your gods ever bring destruction to cities?
Nope.
No.
Lies. Effing lies.
Okay, those are stories. Story.
Not in memorable history. If you want to be more specific.
Not in our lifetimes?
Not in memorable history. Your lifetime and my lifetime is very darn short.
This is true.
What are you going to tell him?
There are old stories of destruction, but nothing has happened in a very long time. But that was a 4.
So he gets no.
Yeah, okay.
So you have priests like me who prevent the destruction from coming.
No. We have gods
Well, I mean,
who don't seek
possibly.
to destroy.
That's partially true. Depends on what culture you're reading.
Okay, how about this? Tell him.
He's watching the two of you hammer
Yeah.
it out. He understands indecision.
Well, this isn't this is not indecision. This is
Oh,
how
really?
to. It's how to clarify
The best way to describe.
comprehensively. It's how to.
Indecision.
All right, whatever.
All right. Well, yeah. You're saying, oh, no, and she's going.
There are many groups that follow many gods, and we have no way of telling who is preventing destruction. That's a 5.
So you are like us, and you have a priest like me.
Just say yes for simplicity's sake.
No.
Technical difficulties, please hold.
You just needed gravity to work for you.
Okay. What I would tell him is that we have different gods. None of them have come to destroy anything in recent memory, that's not because of them it's not because of the priests. It's because of the gods and their own morality. That's how I would put it. But you're the linguist.
True.
I don't know how he would receive it.
What's it going to be, Kat?
Okay. Sorry, tornado warning in Lafayette was just lifted. We do have priests, but many of our gods do not seek to destroy anyway. Nine.
He talks this over with some of the other priests who are standing by. And you get the idea that they're all agreeing that, yes, you must have a god like Ra who has kept the other gods away.
Possibly.
They're getting the sense that, you're sort of dancing around the idea. I mean, they understand that you're doing the best you can to translate. They've watched the two of you discussing it back and forth, so they obviously know there's a lot to this subject between the two of you.
Mm-hmm.
But what they're getting clearly, as far as you can tell, is the bottom line for them is nobody's coming and destroying your cities, and there's something responsible for that.
No.
Because they know what happens to them when they don't do what is needed.
Mm-hmm. In their experience and their way of thinking, that's how it works.
What you might want to mention is that we've killed Ra.
Oh, they're aware.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, and they're so happy about that one.
it's
Can't you tell?
it's not a god killing a god. It's us taking the power for ourselves. Or you may not.
I'm not going Zach De La Roca on him.
Okay.
Just not going to do it.
Okay.
Because I feel like that will take more attention away from
Okay.
the
Yes, please tell the
ceremony
priest
than we
that they're
need.
not necessary. We saw how well that worked out.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Or
Raw.
not. Yeah, or not.
Either that or we could always go with the universe is a wonderful thing. There are many things to experience. There are more things under the heavens, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
I don't think they have Shakespeare.
Well, give it to them. See how they work with it.
Gotta teach them reading first and
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
English thing as well. Yeah, that might be a little ways down the line.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Ask them what Daniel or David.
Daniel?
Ask them what Daniel has said about it.
Yeah. What has Daniel Jackson said about our gods?
And our religion.
That's a 7.
He has said many of the same things you say, but he makes us understand that these gods are false. But still, we are not sure how you are going to protect us, and we know that the destruction is real. The demands that have been made upon us are real.
Yes.
So we must know what to do about this. And we have asked, and we still do not understand your answers. We believe you have good intentions, and we hope that you will have answers.
Fight back. Help us as we fight back for you.
Yeah. I
What
was
are you
going to say
tell him?
I was going to say something about the knowledge of destroying false gods is not something that I personally possess, but
Go for it. But maybe tell them that's available with the partnership. is, cooperation, protection, technology, weaponry,
Yeah.
which is all stuff I abhor, but you have to deal with it.
Well, I mean, we are kind of working with the military. It's sort of what they do.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, triage.
Yeah. That's going to be
I understand
useful. Yeah.
So what are you telling him?
Can you restate what his question was?
No.
Damn it.
He's waiting for an answer.
The knowledge of destroying false gods is not something that I possess. But Covington and Calhoun know something of it.
And you might want to say that you don't possess it, but can
17.
trade for it. I don't know. No. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
So you will give us weapons.
With an alliance, we can help you, yes.
We still do not know what you want to trade with us, and Nesha has told us this. But if you will get our children back and give us weapons so that we can help you, then we will be very happy about this.
They just added in.
Mm-hmm.
You
Covington's
saw
going to
that.
be so happy.
You saw that, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Ask him if he's in sales. Ask him that. Of course.
Well, he's in the business of selling religion,
Yeah, I know.
so. When the others return, we can talk further.
Very well. We will tell all of the others that you have offered this, so that they will know when they return.
Yeah, you're stuck with it now. But you might want to clarify.
I want to say
clarify.
not yet. Not
You,
yet.
you might want to clarify and ask him exactly what he's going to tell them we're offering.
What exactly will you tell the others?
That you have offered us the weapons that will help us kill the gods and protect ourselves, and that you will help us to get our children back. You will bring our children back to us, and that we must trade something to you, but we do not know what. And that you wish to be friends, and that you are good people.
He's good.
Right. I cannot offer you weapons. We can offer the rest. We can offer an alliance for protection.
And we can negotiate for the
Yes,
anything
we can-
further.
We can talk about weapons.
Yeah.
13.
But you told us that you would help us to be protected from these people, these
Yes.
beings. So you will do this for us, but you will not let us protect ourselves?
That is not mine to offer.
But it is something that we can take. No.
So Covington will trade us the weapons.
Covington is the one to talk to.
Ah,
Thanks.
Welcome. Good.
all right. This conversation's taken several hours as you moved deeper and deeper into the desert. You travel further southwest, passing along a line of mountains, and the caravan turns sharply south. After about a half a day, you pass a ridge of mountains on your right, and the road, such as it is, it's, I won't say it's a road, but it is definitely a worn path, because what you have here is not sand, but more scorched earth. And there's a visible trail. which splits in two. As you reach that point, give me a perception roll, both of you, please.
6.
What's it based on? What's it based off of?
Int, please.
17 plus 3, so 20.
You notice there's a good deal of glass.
Ask our traveling companions what happened here in the past. If there was a battle of some type.
Okay. Pointing at the glass around us, what happened? Six.
He doesn't understand. This has always been here.
What caused it? Was there a battle? It's a 7.
This has always been here. It is. That is all that matters. It is.
There you go.
Ask them if they know how to make this back home. If they know how to transform sand into this.
Again, pointing at the glass. Do you know how this is made? 12.
We do not make this, but sometimes we make uses of pieces of it in small doses.
What do you use it for? No, I'm just curious. 10.
It is good for cutting.
Does it just look like regular glass or more like obsidian?
It has a distinct blackish green color.
So like
Okay.
lava or meteorite? I mean mountains.
Yeah.
No, this was fire from a ship from the heavens. This place got scorched.
Yeah, probably.
There's a lot of possibilities. Ask,
I was going to ask if we could take a piece.
go for it.
Okay. May we take some?
Yes?
Okay.
Tink, tink, tink.
All right. Please write down that you've got a sample of the glass.
Does it nap and break like obsidian?
No.
Okay.
Could you pass me the pen,
Oh, yeah,
please?
sorry. Actually, if you want to hang on to that one, I've got more.
Okay.
You
Was it-
travel down the right fork of the road.
Mm.
At this point, about 2 days have passed as you made your way through. And as you grow closer and closer, you're starting to see things that don't look like natural stone formation.
Like carved?
Yes.
Okay.
Weathered, incredibly weathered, but regular.
So man-made but old. Or not naturally occurring anyway.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so carved more by process than by...
By erosion.
Okay.
It's very difficult to tell, but you just get a sense that these are not natural rock formations.
Okay.
Should I ask our guide what they are?
Yes.
So point at them. What are these? It's 14.
This is the outskirts of a city of the dead. We
Okay.
travel there to the hillside where we will lay him into the priest
Mm-hmm.
to be buried. You understand buried?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
He will join the old ones there. You understand this?
I think so. Yes.
He's
Okay.
glad that you understand. Do you have questions? You seem to have questions.
What are your questions, Dr. Meadows? I will do my best.
Ask him if his people carve these stones or if they know what caused them to form like this.
Did your people carve this city, or do you know who did? It's an 8.
The ones who came before. The ones before did all of this. You will see when we get to the city of the dead. I am sure then your eyes will be opened.
Okay. That might be the best answer to a lot of our questions, I think.
Okay.
Was there anything else that we should...
Get a picture?
Yeah, I mean, Go
If
for
nothing else.
I don't really know how to relay the concept of taking a photo.
I thought we would just take one.
Yeah, just go for it. If he has questions, he'll ask.
Please note that down. You continue traveling on towards the end of the third day. As you grow closer and closer to the hills, you increasingly can tell that the rock formations have been carved, but incredibly weathered. And they're very odd. I mean, a normal human city obviously uses standard blocks, but whatever this was, even allowing for fantastic weathering and sandblasting, had a very different approach. It's clearly artificial, and it's clearly incredibly damaged, but this is just very different to your eyes. As you draw closer and closer to the mountainside, the instance of glass becomes predominant on the ground.
Okay.
Does it look the same as the glass we saw previously?
Yes,
Okay.
but it's very thick now.
Okay. Is it just on the ground, or is it also embedded in the sides of the structures, or?
No, but the structures become considerably more deteriorated as you start to approach the...
God. I wish we had a geologist around who...
Right.
Well, hey, you do archaeological stuff.
Yeah, I don't identify rocks.
Not even the strata the bones are in?
I can roughly tell you the age if it's on Earth.
Yeah. I'm
I don't know
grasping
weather
at
and geological
straws here.
patterns here.
I sent you a note.
Just continue to follow the procession.
Well, I've got one question.
Mm.
Does it look like there are any other signs of life around here?
No.
Okay. Let's go.
Is it? Okay.
All right. You eventually crest a ridge. There beneath you is a vast circular valley. In the center is one thing that immediately stands out to you, which is a large black rectangle of some kind of stone.
Oh, God.
Is it dull or shiny?
It's shining. You'd guess it's probably about 100 feet on a side, square.
Like Mecca?
No, this is the size of a building, but it is featureless.
Okay.
Does it look like glass or polished stone or metal or?
It appears to have a sheen.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look polished. And it stands out as being, intact as far as you can tell, as far as being as featureless as it is. But the caravan ignores it.
Ask what that is.
They do not know. But the caravan leads you up to the cliff face, where you are taken to a cave. There, they very carefully remove the body of the priest, Memelik, and lead him inside with no particular ceremony. They're reverential towards the body, but there's no chanting. It's a procedure. It's a matter of course. They take him inside. Do you go in? What do you do?
If the other people are going in, I'm inclined to follow.
Yeah. This is what we came here for. So, yes, we will go in.
Okay.
You go inside.
Mm-hmm.
And you travel perhaps 50 meters down the length of the cave.
Is it cooler in here?
It is cooler in there. As you draw to the end, you find yourself in what appears to be a chamber, semicircular, leading into an adjoining chamber. You cannot help but notice immediately that there are bodies laid to rest here.
Open coffin?
The bodies are laid out.
Okay.
They're wrapped in shrouds that
okay.
have not deteriorated, but they're simply laid there.
They don't look mummified?
Please give me a roll.
Is this on intelligence or medical?
Just give me a roll.
Okay. I'm rolling. 18.
You are immediately drawn towards one of the bodies that is distinctly not human.
Okay, can you describe the non-human features that she can see?
It's humanoid,
Mm-hmm. Bipedal?
bipedal, appeared to have 4 fingers,
Okay.
seems to have been somewhat reptilian, if you can tell anything by the skin. It is mummified, so it's fairly well preserved.
Okay.
No ears, no protrusions like that. Slits for a nose. It's garbed in rags. It is not wrapped like the others. But it does have a ring.
Gold, silver?
Gold.
Okay. Does there appear to be any writing on the ring?
No.
Any stone settings on the ring, or is it just a plain band?
It's a band with an indentation on the top.
Where a stone might have been before, but is no longer?
Possibly, but it seems very smooth.
Okay.
There's no prongs or anything that would have obviously held a stone.
Okay. Could you ask them what this being was?
Give me a roll.
7.
While Dr. Meadows has been examining this body, and, obviously been very intent on it, you've peered in the adjoining chamber. There are more of them. Many more.
Are they composed similarly, not wrapped, dressed in rags, mummified?
Are you going to look at any depth?
I will break off from the procession and stick my head through the doorway, but not go completely into the room.
Going into that room just a bit, you see that, yes, there is yet another adjoining chamber. looking at the bodies laid out there. The ones closest to the door are also in rags, but leading towards the end of this room, progressively less so.
More ornate and richly wrapped? Or
More
less?
regularly clothed. It's deteriorated badly, but they're not wrapped in rags as far as what they wore.
Is there any glint of jewelry that I can see from here?
Yes, every single one of them has a ring.
Are they all gold and on the same finger?
Yes.
And that's all of them from the rags to the deteriorated riches. But the ones that are towards the back don't have more jewelry, it's just the same?
Same jewelry.
Okay. I will make note of that for later. And when she rejoins the procession, I will let her know about it. But I'd like to let them finish laying the priest to rest before I interrupt and ask questions.
They've done so. They're waiting politely because they see you are taking interest in the old ones.
What can they tell us about these old ones, if anything?
Pointing into the adjoining room, and I would assume there's... Well, I can ask. Are these the old ones?
Yes.
Are there more in the other rooms?
Yes.
What else?
What's the significance of the rings?
Okay. What do the rings mean?
We do not know. This is why we asked you with such concern when you discussed jewelry with us.
Okay.
We do not do this.
Okay.
Ask them if it would be allowed for us to take one back so we can have our scientists take a look at them and examine them.
I don't think that's going to be met favorably, but I can ask.
Asking never hurts.
Don't say that.
I know.
It very well could.
Well, never know until you try.
Would it be permitted to take one with us and study it?
Give me a roll on that.
9?
They understand, and there is a great deal of discussion.
I clearly do not have a confident look on my face when I ask this.
At the end of it, Talaray makes a few statements that you have been very helpful and that you have shown reverence for Memlik, who they've laid out. So they do not think it would cause offense if you were allowed to take one.
Thank her.
Thank you.
They tell you they have done what they have come to do.
Okay. Gloves. And take the one ring.
All right.
It's not the one ring. No.
They proceed to file back out, asking if you wish to join them or if you wish to remain.
Doc,
We'll join them.
All right.
we don't want to get lost in the land of the dead.
You emerge back onto the valley floor. The structure is still very predominant, obviously. Nothing has changed. It doesn't look like anything has changed here in countless thousands of years. Kasuf looks to you and says, give me a roll.
9.
All right. He asks if you wish to be taken to General Jackson now.
Yes, please.
And with that, thank you for joining us for another episode of Stargate SG10.
And as always, you'll hear from us real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. And that's it tonight for us on the Gaming with Scott Presents Season 1 of Stargate SG10. You can always send us an email at gamingwscott@gmail.com or catch us on Twitter. Joshua Jackson is at ActionJack853, and me, Scott T, at Gaming W Scott. You can always find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Gaming W Scott. This is a Southgate Media production. Remember, we all represent Earth every time we venture out into the world and beyond. Be the example you want to see. And as always, you'll be hearing from us real soon.